Going on, guys? Oh, just enjoying the warm weather again. Considering we're just entering the second half of November and is not a snowflake on the ground. It's warm. Um, eh, I'm digging it. I'm digging it. So I'm just trying to take advantage of it and enjoy sitting out in the backyard a little bit. Figured the last time we did one of these live streams a couple of days ago from the backyard, it was very popular. You guys seem to like it, so you guys seem to like the more chill, laid back, kind of relax, put your feet up, live stream, answer some questions, right? Put some fears to rest, stuff like that. I just finished a live stream over on Pump.Fun as well. Busy day today. Putting out fires left and right, man. Putting out fires left and right. There is a lot to be bullish about, though. There is. I mean, we've talked about it a lot, but we're gonna talk about it again. Uh, we'll wait for the chat to fill up a little bit here, but I mean, listen, the sentiment in the market is, I mean, rivals the worst I've ever seen. To be honest with you, right now. So, in saying that, it's a pretty good bottom indicator, right? Markets don't peak with bearishness and fear being max, being in max fear and stuff like that. That's not a top signal in crypto. Um, we also have, as I've pointed out a couple of times now, we have bullish divergence on Bitcoin on the 12 hour, which is starting to translate to the daily in terms of the RSI. So we're very oversold. But I talked about this morning. I talked about it on Pump.Fun. I talked about it on Rumble. I'm going to talk about it again right now. I do think that there's a high probability, and again, this is not financial advice, guys, but I think that there's a high probability that tonight, once we see the weekly close below the 50, or once we get close to it, where I mean, it's actually kind of starting right now. I think we're going to see kind of a big exodus or a bigger sell off because panic sellers are going to start exiting the market. They're going to start selling, right? So I think we're going to see a lot of panic selling. It's kind of starting right now. Like I said, as I was coming outside, I looked at the chart before I came out, and I think Bitcoin was at like 93K. I have been telling you guys to keep an eye on 91 to 92K for about a week now. Um, so we could go even lower. People were asking me this morning on the live if we could see below 90. 90 will be a fairly strong psychological level, I think. But on the weekly time frame, we could wick down to about 87 and still climb back up again, right? I think that you would see a lot of buying pressure. So when I talk about the selling pressure tonight, or this evening, in the entire crypto space, which again, we're just starting to see kick in right now. We're starting to see a little bit of a sell off, right? As it was coming up again, people were starting to complain that, it's crashing again, and they don't have any dry powder and stuff. It's okay to not have any dry powder, guys, right now, right? Listen, this is going to probably last a couple of months, not the dumping, but the choppy sideways action. I think we'll find a local bottom somewhere 90, 91, 92K. I think we'll find a bit of a local bottom, and I think we're going to chop probably for a couple of months. So you don't necessarily have to have dry powder today, November 16th, to be able to take advantage of the situation. There's nothing wrong if you don't have any dry powder with just kind of sitting on your hands right now and chilling out until you do have some dry powder. You're still going to have some time to scoop some of these prices up, maybe a little bit higher in a month or so, but um, the opportunity is still going to be there. It's frustrating you can't buy today, but you might be able to buy a week from today. Maybe you'll be able to buy next Thursday or Friday on payday or something like that, right? This is not going to be a fast thing, so it's probably going to take a couple of months to kind of recover before we really start to go. I'm seeing projections for Q3, Q4 of next year actually being the top at this point, and really at the end of the day, who freaking knows at this point, right? Who freaking knows at this point? All we can do is pay attention on a daily basis, daily, to the macro, and track what's going to be happening, right? That's why on the Patreon, that's one of the reasons we do the morning market overview, so that everyone can get a look at what's happening before the day gets started, what the news looks like, what the macro looks like, what the charts look like for the day, right? That's why we do that, so you can be ready for it. William, good to see you, buddy. Good to see you, man. Paul is in the house. What's happening, my guy? Guys, fill up the chat. I'm here to answer some questions for you. Um, so yeah, I figured, like I said, the last time we did the backyard live stream a couple of days ago, everybody loved it. So I figured, hey, you know what? I'll go outside. I'll sit down. We'll answer some questions. So if you got some questions, guys, throw them into the chat, um, and I will get to them. Otherwise, it's not gonna be a very long stream, right? Um, I wanted to be here for you guys today because I know that a lot of people are emotional today. A lot of people are upset, uncertain. A lot of people are asking me, should I be DCAing right now? And again, I can't give you financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but for me, what I'm doing is I'm waiting to see this evening's sell off, and then I'll probably start to scoop some stuff up, right? That's how I'm personally handling the situation. So, but there's a lot going on coming up this week too. We could use some sort of a bullish, you know, statement from the Fed or from Powell at this point. Um, but who knows, right? Who knows? I mean, I'm sure Trump will come out and say something this week to try to, recover markets a little bit and put a little bit of bullishness out there. He always seems to do that, right? He'll put some post out there on Truth Social or something like that, trying to, add some sort of a support level to the markets, right? Um, we got about to work. Just wanted to say thank you for all you do, and I catch all the comments. Hey, absolutely, man, absolutely. Uh, Squad says, God bless you, Rob. God bless you too, man. God bless you too. Thank you. Yeah. So, I mean, again, I told everybody in the morning market overview this morning we would likely see a bit of a sell off today, um, and I don't know. I'm not in front of the computer right now, but as I was coming outside, we were starting to see that sell off. We were at about 93K. So if that's the case, um, I'm going to take advantage of it. Chris, what up, man? What a day. Figured it would dip lower. What do you think, my man? Yeah, like I said, I think we're starting to see the beginning of the sell off for the weekly closing below the 50-week moving average. But I don't think it's going to be long, guys. I think that, what I mean by that is tonight's dip. If we do see a little bit of an exodus, I think that it'll get bought up pretty quick. Um, when we see that dump down to about 91, 92K, right? Would you consider taking profits from physical silver to DCA into crypto? Well, here's what I would say about that, Marcus. I was looking at the silver chart earlier today, and it definitely has put in a top signal, or sorry, a double top. And I think that silver is definitely coming back down another significant amount. I think we're going to see a bigger dump on silver in the near term. Yes, that's just me reading the chart this morning. Massive double top on the daily time frame. So I would definitely, personally, I would consider taking profits on silver because it is probably going to correct. So, but again, not financial advice, right? It's your silver. You figure it out, right? But yeah, so I don't know. I've been waiting for this sell off since this morning. Like I said, I talked about it earlier today. So a lot of you guys who have been paying attention, I think I've dropped like 4 or 5 videos over on the Patreon today. It's been a busy day over there. Um, I even pre-recorded a couple that I had to not post. But so a lot of you guys have been preparing for this dump tonight as well. I mean, it's just common sense. If the weekly closes below the 50 week, obviously there's going to be a portion of people who panic and sell everything, right? Because they're convinced it's going into a bear market, and maybe that's by design, maybe that's on purpose, right? Maybe that's a little bit more market manipulation. Who knows, right? Who knows? So chat's really quiet today. Holy smokes, nobody has any questions for me today, eh? Oh House says, could the silver chart be an ascending triangle? Uh, just wondering what you. Just wondering. I don't know, man. It screams double top to me. It's screaming double top. So I would be careful. I mean, listen. Here's the thing. For me personally, physical silver, it's not something that I take profits on anyway. Personally, right? I just buy, accumulate, and hold. So I'm not the kind of person to sell my precious metals because I do think that silver is eventually going to start to outperform uh, because it has more utility in a world that we're moving more towards AI and robotics and stuff like that, stuff that's physical silver is needed for in terms of a utility, right? So I think silver's got a long way to go, but it doesn't mean it's not going to correct in the meantime. David, what's up, buddy? Chris says, thanks, brother. Always appreciate your outlook and honesty. I would love to buy more Swift and Moonwell but I'm tapped out. Hey, like I said, you're probably going to have 6, 8 weeks maybe to have opportunities to accumulate. So, I mean, if you can accumulate today, it's not the worst thing in the world, right? You're going to have some time to be able to DCA down the road. So, uh, no questions because we're all pencil necks. What else do we have? Oh, House says those Samsung silver batteries are going to blow the price. Yes, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. The real world utility of silver is really going to kick into high gear, I believe. So, David says, holding like I can. Exactly. Quentin, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. Chris says, I'm not worried. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Elon Muff in the house. Where have you been, brother? Max has actually brought you up a couple of times in our live streams, man, and in our conversations. It's been a minute, brother. It's been a minute. Good to see you back. And Leo says, "What's up, Rob? What's going on, man? Just having a backyard chat with you guys, right?" Terry says, "I sold some gold for dry powder." Hey, but you know what though? That's gold went on a crazy run over the last, I mean, 12 months or so, right? Like crazy. So and I remember doing a live stream and telling you guys when everyone was lined up outside the bullion stores, I said, guys, gold's topping. This is a top signal, clear as day. And sure enough, like 2 days later, gold just sold off, right? I mean, we saw the powers that be, whatever you want to call them. Did they ever dump gold on retail? Holy smokes. Um, HTTR all day. What's up, man? Great show last night. What's up, Elon? Yes, absolutely. Strawberry Dragon working and saving for dry powder. Yeah, that's not a bad idea, guys. It's just to be DCAing into dry powder right now, right? It's not a bad idea. Just accumulate, right? And even and here's the thing: if you let's say you have a couple of months, let's say February, March, things start to turn around. I'm just picking arbitrary numbers here, guys, so don't freak out. But let's say February, March, things start to turn around, right? I mean, hey, you know what? That's cool, man. It gives you an opportunity to kind of stop focusing on buying crypto and maybe just focus on the holidays, right? And then we'll get back to. I mean, you're gonna have to stay here and pay attention to what's going on. But in terms of buying, maybe just sit on your hands for a little bit or trade, right? Um, in the meantime, and just get through the holiday season with the family. Appreciate the family, you know, love the time with the family and stuff like that. And then we'll get back to DCing again in like January or something. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong. A lot of people stop DCing through December to get into the holiday spirit and stuff like that. And don't let crypto prices stress you out during the holiday season, right? Um, if things are tight, just stop DCAing right now until like January and just focus on Christmas. There's nothing wrong with that either, guys. Right? Big Rob's still gonna be here for you the whole time. My nose is itchy as hell all of a sudden. AZ Marine in the house. What's up, man? Chris says I've watched your vids today, so you're thinking about 4 to 6 weeks recovery. Yeah, pretty much. Um, love the buzz vids. Yeah, The blockchain buzz videos are becoming live streams are becoming very very popular very very fast, which is fantastic, right? I was hoping it would be a hit. So, unfortunately, next Saturday, this Saturday coming up, there will not be an episode of Blockchain Buzz because I will be in Japan at Jasmy Labs, right? But the following Saturday, Blockchain Buzz will return. I already have the cast uh, ready to go. So, yeah. Jake the Snake in the house. What's going on? I'm on. Hey, Rob. Did the Fed. Why are the kids screaming out there? Holy. Screaming bloody murder. Uh, someone said that. Someone said that the Fed was having an emergency meeting today. I think Ohouse told me that this morning, but I still haven't seen anything about it, though. Roberto, what's going on? We ain't leaving. Exactly. Exactly. Beebs, my dude. What's happening, man? Good to see you. AZ Marine says, was thinking of converting crypto. I'm at a loss on the stables, and then, I don't know. I mean, I personally wouldn't do that. I'm just holding on to what I have that's in the red, and then if things go further down, I'll wait for a bottom signal, and then I'll just lower my cost averages. I definitely wouldn't be taking a hit. That's just me personally. Big seat. Crazy to see Bitcoin at 93. I know, right? But it's a good buying opportunity. I'm thinking of going 3x on Zora. What do you think? Are you talking about longing or shorting right now? And I don't have the chart in front of me, but if you're just accumulating Zora, then yeah, Zora's a great project. Big C says Japan is going to be epic. Yes, I'm going to be doing a ton of live streaming from Japan, guys. A ton, right? Um, Gain, Rob, don't give up on the Santa. He'll pump it. The Santa rally. Yeah, hey, I hope so, man. I hope so. They're getting out of the basement. I think the CME gap needs to fill. Yes, exactly. The CME gap between around 92K. Exactly, exactly. But there's also a CME gap between 104 and 110K as well. So um, I don't know how much long of a long I would be putting in right now today, to be honest with you. I would be focused more on shorting personally, but that's just me. Can you feel the dump? Can you feel the dump tonight? Ah, a little Lion King for you there, eh? A little Elton John soothing us through the dumps. I feel finally finished Demon Slayer series. Nice. Yeah, play some World of Warcraft or something, man. This market will turn around by year's end and the new year, January, February. I like it. I like the positivity, man. I dig it. Gain says, can't wait for Infinity War films. Infinity Castle films. Yes. Yeah. We didn't get very many. Speaking of Infinity Wars, we didn't get very many good Marvel movies this year, but there's supposed to be a lot of good ones coming out next year, I think, isn't there? I'm excited about that. I'm a big Marvel Universe fan. Marvel verse. What do they call it? I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan. So yeah. How's it going? It's going good, man. It's going good. It's going good. I'm feeling, I'm feeling it. I'm just kind of relaxing in the back. Like I said, wanted to come and have a little bit of a chat with you guys. I know everybody's a little bit bummed out right now, so figured spend some time with you guys, right? Aaron says you flying to Japan first class. You need to. It's a long journey to get there. Hard to fund it. Yeah. No, I'm flying economy. As you guys know, I made life changing wealth a while ago, years ago in crypto. But I've always been. If you're a Patreon member, you know my story. I've always been a conservative person, and so is my wife in terms of spending. We're not the kind of people that just because I can go buy a Lamborghini doesn't mean I'm going to, right? And the same thing goes for. It's just how I was raised, right? Um, I'm not going to pay $12,000 for a first class seat when a what is it? Not when a regular seat is like $1,400, That's too dramatic of a price difference to go from a regular seat to first class. I can't. It would keep me up at night that I paid $12,000 for a seat on an airplane. It's stupid, right? I would not. I just would not be willing to do that. So I'm just gonna fly standard, right? Uh, Anime series is better. Oh, hey, listen, Dragon Ball Z, man, Dragon Ball Z. I am the biggest fan of that. Raised my daughter on it too. Much respect spending time in the trenches with us. Hey, absolutely, Johnny. I got your back, man. I don't leave when things. It's easy to just bail when things are hard, right? But I don't do that, man. I'm here with you guys through it. I want to go to Japan. What's happening to the market? Susan, we're seeing a little bit of a correction in the market right now. Like I said, I think we're probably going to see a bit of a dump after the weekly close tonight. People will panic sell. That's when I'm going to take advantage with dry powder, and I'm going to be scooping up even Bitcoin. I'm going to be scooping it up. Yes, I do think Bitcoin will hit 92K. Could go a little bit lower on a wick on the weekly time frame, but that I wouldn't be surprised if it wicked down to something like 87, 88K on the weekly for a wick, but not candle close though. 12K for first class. Sheesh. Yes, Quentin, I know. I was like there's no like middle ground between like coach and first class. Like there's no just first class seat. And they're like, no. I'm like, so I go, how did your price jump from like $1,300 to $12,000? Like, there's no in between there, right? Nothing in between. That's a little bit weird, right? Um, my son turned 18, so I watched the Predator film with him. Get to the chopper. Nice. Um, I'm with you on that, Rob. I would just extra leg room. Yeah, I'll live. Oh, house. All my brothers and sons love Dragon Ball Z. Hey, man, one of the best anime shows ever. You believe in X? You will believe XCN a good buy? Yes, I do believe XCN is a good buy, though I do think it's got a little bit lower to go. Do you think it's best to tax harvest for the year? It's not a bad idea. Tax harvesting's never a bad idea. Never a bad idea. If it's not one of your long-term holds, maybe tax harvest, right? Bland, boss, let's go already. Been 3 years now, and I'm feel tired. I have no plan B. You'll be okay, Bland. You'll be okay. With DCA and some good memes like SPX 6900 Turbo, Fartcoin, etc., prices look yummy. Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt in my mind there will be more meme coin seasons as well. So, I mean, Render and High Street look great. Yes, yes, and like Optimism as well. So many good projects out there at amazing prices. Ondo, Pith, um, Plume. Like, are you kidding me right now? Already sold 1.5 kidneys. Rob does look like we're just about to bump. I know. I think we're going to see a little bit more of a sell-off tonight when we get the weekly close below the 50. I think the weak hands will panic sell at that point. So, yeah. But, this is definitely the longest bull market with no parabolic. Yes, you're absolutely right. Do you think ETH will hit 6K? And yes, I do. Yes, I do. Bitcoin 150 to 200K next year. Yes, I would agree with that as well. I hear you there, Rob. Gotta be humble in the beginning. Yes, exactly, right? Uh, that's the difference. The difference between rich people and wealthy people, right? Rich people, they make the money and then they blow it on Lamborghinis and stuff. Wealthy people find a way to make their wealth work for them. They don't spend it on liabilities. They spend it on assets, right? That are going to continue to grow their money. So, absolutely. I got a few Dash coins. I think they can still run up. It's too late for. Yeah, privacy coins. I think they're starting to get close to being maxed out, man. Honestly, please do some food tasting shorts in Japan. You can. Oh yeah, yeah. Believe me, I'd be willing to do that. Filecoin. I love Filecoin. I am a big fan of Filecoin, my friend. I know it's not a sexy narrative and stuff like that, but I think that data storage is a necessity in every single portfolio. Not financial advice, but data storage is one of those narratives that, again, it's not sexy, but it's a necessity in the world that we live in, and it's a growing necessity. So yes, I am a big fan of Filecoin. Hey man, when do you think Jasmine will hit? Sometime 2026 now, man. Um, Sometime 2026, probably spring, maybe spring. Storage or Filecoin? Filecoin, 100% Filecoin, 100% Filecoin. All right, guys, I'll be back at 8 p.m. Central. That is in 3 hours and 20 minutes from now. I will be live again on YouTube, so hopefully you guys join me. It's getting a little chilly out, so I'm going to head inside now. So thanks for being here. Thanks for popping in, guys. And I will see you guys in about 3.5 hours. Okay? God bless.